What's up, everybody? Dog 185. There's levels to this. Listen to me. The success of Expedition 33. Okay, you have a good day. The success of Expedition 33 is solely because of Xbox and Game Pass. That is the reason why this game has sold 1 million copies. Because of Xbox gamers and Game Pass gamers. That's it. Now I gotta let that marinate. You know they're already typing. Listen. That's what you would think I said when I put up a tweet today. Shout out to Risk It for the Biscuit. Risk It for the Biscuit put up a tweet saying 3 days, something to the effect. I'll put the tweet up. Something to the effect of 3 days on Game Pass cannibalizes game sales. And it was a copy of the tweet from the publishers, I assume, of Expedition 33, celebrating that they had sold 1 million copies. My reply, I quote tweeted his tweet. I said, hey, brother, you should make a video about this because I want to see how the PlayStation ponies are going to spin this narrative. And do you want to know what happened to my tweet? Do you want to know what happened to my tweet? People looked at my tweet and assumed that that's exactly what I said in the beginning of this video, that's what I meant. People leaving comments like, it's sold on PlayStation and PC. This is a bad take. No. It went over your head. And I know a lot of things go over your head, okay? Because there was just a really special rap battle that just went on between Rum Nitty and Daylight. And you could see how many people got Rum Nitty winning over Daylight. Because a lot of things went over people's head, but Daylight won. I'm sorry, 2-1 Daylight. But let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to video games. Listen. What I was trying to say is this entire generation, there's been plenty of people, plenty of podcasters saying that developers and publishers should not put their games on Game Pass if they want their games to sell. You're not going to gaslight me. Plenty of people have been saying that. If you want games to sell, you're not going to put them on Game Pass. Plenty of people have been saying that. I think this game should be held up at a pedestal and should be proof that if your game is good enough, it will sell. Do you want to know why a good game that's on Game Pass is still going to sell well? Do you want to know why? Because people that are on PlayStation aren't going to get an Xbox just to get Game Pass. So they'll go ahead and buy it on PlayStation. Because PC gamers, sometimes they just prefer to buy the game on Steam than to play it on Game Pass. And here's the cherry on top, right? People that try the game on Game Pass. I know it's impossible for you to believe this, but people that may try the game on Game Pass might turn around and go ahead and actually buy the game themselves. So because the game it's good, that's why this game sold well. My tweet wasn't saying that it's because of Game Pass that this game sold well. It's because of Xbox gamers that this game sold well. But again, they're so against Xbox that even when the narrative is pushed in their face, proving to you that a game on Game Pass can sell well, all they see is, no, this doesn't make sense. They don't even see what I was trying to say. And it was as simple as shout out to my dude Mike again. He hates when I call people idiots. And I'm trying. But if you see the comments on that tweet, people replying back to me, people that I know are smarter than that, just sit back and read the tweet. My whole point was, this entire generation, people have been saying, don't put your games on Game Pass if you want to sell the games. Games on Game Pass cannibalizes sales. Now, here's a caveat to that. Here's an argument that people are going to say. It would have sold more if it wasn't on Game Pass. The only way that's true that it would have sold more if it wasn't on Game Pass is if the same amount of people that are playing the game on Game Pass would turn around and buy it if it wasn't on Game Pass. That's the only way that would be true, and there's no way for you to prove that. So I suggest you just learn how to read, learn how to comprehend, okay? This game selling 1 million copies already in 3 days or whatever it is, despite the fact that it's a day one on Game Pass, proves your narrative wrong. And I know you don't like it, but let's be humble human beings. Sometimes we can be wrong. This is it might just be one, but this is blatant proof that if a game is good enough, even though it's on Game Pass, it's gonna sell. Numbers don't lie. You're the guys that like to talk about sales. Why am I even making this video? Doc Dog 1985, there's levels to this. I'm craving some Culvers. We out. Peace.